All right. All right. We're live. We're live, Josh.
Live. It's alive.
Well, Josh London with State Farm. Thanks for joining Adapt, Attack, Advance episode 4, this new Zoomcast thing they're doing, trying to give local and regional business owners some exposure. I appreciate you joining.
Hey, Michael, thank you for having me. I think it's great what you're doing and trying to help the community out and give anybody some exposure. I think is wonderful. So we appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, as an intro, first, the world is wanting to know,
Yeah.
Josh at State Farm, what are you wearing?
Look at this. Just by chance, I'm wearing some khakis.
Khakis.
I don't wear khakis every day, but I wore them for you, Michael.
Wonderful. That's even better. That's even better. Well, Josh, share with the folks watching who you are and what you do and how long you've been doing it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so my name is Josh London. I'm the local State Farm agent in Leland. My office is located in the Brunswick Forest development. I opened here in 2011 when Brunswick Forest was developing, but not near what it is today. I joke, I used to be able to see all the way to Brunswick Forest Veterinary easily. Like I could just point to it and my customers could see it, and I tell them, go see Dr. Z and Dr. Terry, they will take great care of you. But I can't see them anymore, right? The Lowe's wasn't here, CVS wasn't here, Joyce, none of that stuff was here. So we were really here in the beginning, and we had some scary nights, but it's worked out really well.
Yeah, it was just you, State Farm, and wasn't it there was like a police out?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there used to be the police substation next to Port City, Java. I always tell this funny story. I got to know them pretty well, the folks in the substation, but they're only there till about 4 p.m. every day, 4 to 4:30. And I'd stay here really late at night trying to get the business going and just trying to figure things out. And I started noticing all these really sketchy characters hanging out in the parking lot at night. I'm like, man, it's all these dudes with like, they drive pickup trucks, and a lot of them got like long beards. They just hang out here all night, and I don't know what's going on. And one night, when I was leaving, I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw somebody with a gun. So I come out the next morning, and I walk over, and Valerie was the lady who worked the desk, and I said, hey, Val, I got to talk to you. I said, there's some really, really sketchy dudes that hang out here every single night, and I thought you guys might want to check it out. She goes, those are our undercover guys. That's our drug cops. They all meet here every night and get together, and then they go out and do a bust. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So
that's funny.
That was back in the day.
That was probably what, 8 years ago?
Yeah, it was 8-9 years ago. Yeah. So
wow. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well,
time.
Definitely a lot's changed. And like you said, you can't even see the vet's office now because there's so much building that's happened, and a lot of great services and locally owned businesses.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've had a chance to view some of the previous episodes with a couple of our mutual friends on here, but it's kind of a three-part questionnaire interview style.
Okay.
Kind of adapt, attack, and then advance. Basically, adapt and pivoting to the current circumstances. How are you attacking those circumstances, and then what's your plan, and how are you advancing as we all work through this really uncharted territory, uncertain territory in time that we're really not only just regionally, nationally, but really kind of globally. It's so when things started adjusting, and we'll just kind of jump through it because some of these questions are becoming a little bit more relevant day by day. But
sure,
when we first started getting kind of the news of what was going on, how have you had to adapt to present day circumstances?
Yeah, so what we've worked up to, and it took me a little bit to get there. We finally did lock the doors to the office about 3 weeks ago. We still had the doors open, a sign on the door, Facebook post, just kind of trying to encourage people not to come in, but we were here and available. And one of my team members was still a little uncomfortable, just kind of freaked out. So We sent her home. We have the ability to work remote. We've had that technology for years because of hurricanes, inclement weather, those types of things. We have to be prepared to be able to work from anywhere. So we already had that ability. It's just not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent one of them home, and then the rest of us stayed here with the doors open. And as the week went on and more people came in and more people were getting sick, I finally made the decision, for the safety of myself and my team, and then also for my customers.
Sure. Yeah.
That we needed to lock the doors. Before we locked the doors, literally every time someone would walk in, we'd give them hand sanitizer. I've got some portable hand sanitizer sprays. I bought a ton of these for an event I was supposed to do. And the
Hey, flip it around so everybody can see.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
A little Josh London spray sanitizer. So I bought a ton of these for an event that got canceled, which is fine because they were good timing. I was able to give them out to clients. We'd give them some of that, and then they would leave, and we'd literally wipe everything down that they came in contact with. We're wiping the door handles, the coffee machine, the desks, the chairs. We just said, this is crazy. We gotta close the doors.
Yeah.
So the doors are locked. I'm the only one in the office. I come to the office every day because I don't know that I'm capable of working from home. But the rest of my team is all working remote right now. So our phones ring through our computers, so anybody who works from home can answer the phone. They can still pull up our customer accounts and take care of them. We just can't see each other face to face at the moment. State Farm as a company is working on allowing us to use a technology like Zoom or something like that. But they get real nervous about customer data and privacy. So whatever we do, we just have to make sure it's fully secure and nothing's going to get compromised.
Sure, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Right.
That's actually an interesting point that you bring up. And this is not even a part of the interview, but it's an interesting point you bring up because with a lot of stuff going online, that has to make sure that it's properly protected and encrypted.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. Right. So we're able to adapt in that way, and things are moving forward. And I think we're starting to get used to that right now. But it's an adjustment for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's that. I appreciate that. That was some great information for people that are watching and listening. So, being that you've had to make those pivots and those adjustments, what have you been doing to sort of attack the situation? So, how are you keeping your team members engaged during this period of time? How are you engaging with your clients during this period of time? I know you touched on it briefly, but if you could elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, so I think that's probably been my biggest challenge as my team is maintaining that communication, because normally we're all right here. I just turn around, I say something to them,
Yeah.
So now we're using Skype. We're calling each other. We're trying them. I think the first few days we failed at that, or I failed at that a little bit. Really making sure I was staying in good communication with them. But I'm trying right now to at least check in with them by phone, or we haven't done a video conference yet, but by phone every morning and then every afternoon, and then some Skypes and some emails through the day to kind of maintain that focus. Mm-hmm. But from a client standpoint, what we're trying to do is reach out to all our clients. So we literally have a list of every client that we have, and we're just doing really a wellness check, so to speak. Hey, we want to see you're healthy and safe. That's most importantly, you and your family are healthy and safe. Let them know kind of how our office is working, that we are open and available. State Farm is still extremely strong financially. We're probably the most financially sound insurance carrier out there. We're conservative in nature, so it allows us to get through these economic downturns, without question. And then allowing them to know that, hey, even though our doors may be locked, I am physically here in case you really need something. We do have some customers still pay by cash, so I'm able to take those cash payments, although I don't. It's not ideal. And we're able to help them. Yeah, and we're able to help them over the phone, by email. State Farm has a mobile application in our website, so they can do things there. Also, it's really just getting the word out to each one of those customers. And then at the same time, State Farm has allowed us some flexibility for some of our customers with financial hardships. So we're encouraging any clients that we have that may be experiencing that financial hardship. They've lost their job, or they have reduced hours, or whatever it may be, and they're having difficulty. We encourage them to reach out to us so we can talk through what possible solutions there may be for them, because we have some really good ones out there. So trying to work with everyone.
Well, one thing that we didn't really talk about prior to jumping on here, but I'd be curious to know, did you see an uptick in any type of business policies prior to the official shutdown, or once this started to kind of become more than just
Yeah.
this is specifically isolated to other parts of the world?
No, I'd actually say kind of like what Willie said, I think the other day. I was feeling really great and good about 2020. Like January, February were two of the best months I've had to start a year in a really long time. I felt really good. And this kind of kicked me in the teeth a little bit. So it's been a mental adjustment for me, but I think people kind of froze on everything. When things started coming, people are going, well, should I get this? Should I not get this? Do I decrease coverage? Do I increase coverage? Some people are asking about life insurance. Others are trying to reduce expenses. It's really based on the individual. So what we're trying to do with those folks is just walk through the problem with them and find out what they're trying to accomplish, and help them come to a good solution that helps them get through today, but doesn't hurt them tomorrow. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you might have seen like an increase of people maybe adjusting their policies from a life insurance standpoint or anything like that.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some adjustments. It's, but I'd say we had about a 2-week slowdown where really people weren't doing anything. I think everyone was we were guilty of it here. I think everyone was looking at the news every day and not really doing anything. It was the week before we locked the doors. I think everyone was constantly watching the news, and there's a case here, there's a case there, and they're going to go in shelter in place. They're going to go in shelter in place.
Yeah. And it really just started quickly.
Yeah. And then we just accepted, like, hey, this is coming. It's going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it. So we just got to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I guess from that standpoint, so you really touched on about kind of your team members and your clients, keeping them engaged. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to add to that?
No, I mean, for me, it's just making sure people know that we're here to help them no matter what. It's one of the real advantages to being with a local owned small business that can have that impact on the local community and be here physically and present even in these crazy times, but have that national carrier backing that has the flexibility. State Farm literally took their operation centers, tens of thousands of people, and shifted them to work at home individuals almost overnight. It's pretty impressive. So we've not seen a dip in claims. We have tornadoes in Nashville that they're still dealing with, and we're figuring out ways to still manage that process and get those people back to square. So pretty impressive to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we're all kind of being forced to work remote and do this online thing. So, and kind of speaking of that, are there any processes that you have had to implement now that you feel will kind of hang around and maybe make your business more effective, more efficient afterwards as part of the kind of advancing forward process?
Yeah, I think one, it's given us a little time to focus on how to best serve our clients, right? Sometimes we get caught in the whirlwind of the day-to-day, right? Where you don't have that freedom to step back, look at your business, call all your clients. We try to touch our clients every year and at least say hello and let them know their policies are renewing, invite them in to meet. But more people are at home. More people are answering their phone because they want to talk to somebody. So it's allowing us to kind of rekindle those connections with some of these people that we maybe haven't talked to in months or years even, or some of them I've personally never spoken to, either because they transferred in from another state and I never personally got the chance to meet them when they were dealing with one of my team members, it's really allowing us to reconnect and build deeper, stronger relationships. And then we're also taking advantage of this time to train a little bit more. So familiarize ourselves with products maybe we weren't as familiar with, or look at our processes and try to fine tune them a little bit. So I think we're really going to come out of this a lot stronger. You know, momentary dip, we've got to figure that out.
Right.
You know, make sure the community knows we're still open and available to help. Reach out to folks who aren't currently insured with us and look for ways to help, you know, maybe save them money or provide them better coverage, a little more value, someone they can actually speak to personally, and they know who they're talking to, and hopefully grow the business that way. And then just get ready for things to turn, you know, so keep gearing up.
Well, and State Farm is much more than just an insurance company. There's a whole financial banking side of it too, correct?
Yeah, we do everything. I mean, so there's, you know, if we're not doing it, we have an alliance typically with somebody and are able to get it done. We branch out a little bit more every year. But yeah, I mean, we're here to help is what we're looking to do, and put people in a better position than they were today.
That's right. I mean, you're like a good neighbor.
That's right.
Last question. So, and you sort of elaborated a little bit, but I want to give you an opportunity to share your contact info and how can people still work with you during this period of time if they are looking for an insurance provider, insurance carrier, and how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so obviously they can reach us by phone. The office is 910-383-1303. So they can always reach us there. After hours, we do have a call center that's available to talk them through it during normal business hours. Myself or one of my team can help them. And if we don't answer for some reason, if we're all on the line, all they have to do is leave a message. We'll call them right back. And then they can also go to our website. They can start a quote online, which is joshinsuresme.com. So Josh Insures, INSURESME.com. And then also they can just email me as well. But from my website, my contact information is there as well. Really easy and simple to find.
Perfect. And I've tagged you up in the on the stream here on the Facebook.
Perfect.
Stream.
Yeah, they can just go to that Facebook page too, and my email. They can call me. They can go to my website. They can do anything from there. And from my website, it's really easy to email me as well.
Before we jump off, let me just look here, see if there's anything. If there's any questions or anything like that. Kevin says hi, Josh.
Hi. Which Kevin?
I think it's Kevin Tate.
Oh, hey, Kevin.
that's from our buddy Willie, and then our wonderful friend Dr. Craig Skybel said that Josh London is a god.
So Stephen, that is not true for the record, but Stephen Provost said, I am known to walk on water if it's frozen and I have ice skates on. So.
And as you have ice skates on?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you,
little fun fact, Josh is a former professional NHL player.
That is not true. I am a former Marine. I definitely can barely skate, so that's it. My son is a heck of a hockey player, but I am not.
Well, I'll just ask if there's any questions. Just leave them in the comments below, and Josh will jump back on and answer any questions that you have. Well, Josh, as always, appreciate you. Appreciate you taking time out of your Thursday, and we'll keep on rolling with it.
Hey, and if anybody knows anybody who wants to buy a house in Brunswick Forest, you should definitely call Michael Braddock II.
That's right. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. All right.
I'm going.
You too.